-4, 8, 5, 10, 15, 20, 29, 30, 39, 40, 45, 50, 59, 60, 65, 69, -3.
Terrorism for 1.
Terrorism for 1. First hand I see. Laser. You've got it.
The U.S. developed a technology where they can, it's like a 1/64th of like the power of like an actual laser.
It is.
That can, basically if a truck was en route to explode on a U.S. military base, then
Yes.
they'd be able to persuade them to curl off because it would be too painful for them.
And then they could, in theory,
Stop the attack.
they would stop the attack, but there's even something...
They will grab and they get interrogate him again.
Yeah, they would be able to grab and interrogate him. Anything else you can tell me about this laser or other American lasers? 5, 4.
You're talking about that they developed acoustic eardrum.
That's not exactly a laser, but why don't you tell me about that?
That it's another weapon that developed to cause a lot of pain in your ears. It won't necessarily.
Go zoom in, CJ.
VIP.
5.
The eardrums to like disable them, is that like another thing? Like, all right, so lasers. Are you talking about?
What do the lasers and this acoustic thing have in common?
That they're weapons to deter people, or
There's something more specific than that, though. 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's got it? Go ahead, Russians.
Alright, so the device, it only damages the nerve endings in the skin, or it only like activates them, and it doesn't cause any permanent damage.
It doesn't cause any permanent damage. Does it even leave a mark?
No.
Neither one of them, to be honest with you, actually leave any marks. Anything else you can tell me about lasers? 4, 3.
It's more accurate the closer you get.
Yeah.
You talked about how they can. Like, they were talking about how it disables like trucks oncoming, but like it's more effective the closer you get to it.
Yeah.
As for the eardrum thing, as somebody pointed out, it can actually could cause damage if they raise the level, like the frequency of a sound waves higher. So I mean, it could cause permanent damage.
Wow, you're quoting Bridget in the review game. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give Bridget her props. Anything else you can tell me about lasers? 3. Go ahead.
It's like similar to the gay bomb, where like it doesn't physically hurt any of the people, but it just like distracts them or incapacitates them so that they can't attack you.
You know, I'll buy that. Anything else though about lasers? Because there was more than one. 3, 2, 1. Looks like Rogue Alliance.
So the second device was it emits an long wave sound that causes an scratching pain in your ear. It doesn't destroy the eardrums, but it causes pain. And then they say that they don't only use it to stop
Have we heard
cars.
this? -1.
Okay, they don't only use it to stop cars, but they use it to disperse crowds.
-2.
We didn't say they didn't say the crowds one.
-3. There's a pattern going on here.
Why?
The other laser was the one that was actually talked about that was put on the naval ships, and they were actually using that to sink small craft and actually
That was
just.
from another article, was it?
-4. These are all examples of lasers. Y'all pick me the last correct category. Go ahead, touch and if you would pick me another one. Y'all have a comfortable lead, but there are a lot of points on the board. Gotta go.
I heard nuclear 1 point. So
Yeah. That's fine.
Nuclear for 1 point. First hand I see. Countries that have nukes. I think it is you.
China, India.
Wait. Okay, this is Russian group. China, India,
Russia. United States.
United States.
Britain.
Just Britain.
Just
that
Britain.
was cruel, man.
France. Possibly Israel.
Possibly Israel, but likely.
Yeah. North Korea possibly.
North Korea possibly.
Iran, maybe clandestine. It said clandestine.
It does say clandestine, but I wouldn't put that on an answer. There's another.
China. We say China.
I think y'all said China.
India?
I think y'all said India.
Pakistan?
Yeah. I don't remember
Pakistan.
Pakistan. I don't remember Pakistan. And there was a 10th country.
South Africa.
That used to have.
Okay, Regis, yeah. What about South Africa?
They used to have nukes, but they gave them up.
South Africa is the one country that had them that gave them up. Go ahead, pick me a category. And y'all are getting close. Yeah, y'all are in second place now.
global sovereignty for 5 points.
Oh. First hand I see. First hand I see. iPhone. Pete.
So what about the iPhone is in like what we were talking about in class?
Globalization and sovereignty in the iPhone.
Okay.
Help him, Thomas, if he needs it. 5.
So they moved
Zoom
Apple,
in.
More. Apple moved the location because it's cheaper wages, lower regular station because they only get paid $17 a day.
They did get $17 a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But there's something really better than what you're telling me. 3, 2.
The working conditions in the factory, is it worth the people that are suffering? Like we talked about, like raising the prices to make the working conditions better for the people in the factory.
Because they've been jumping out the buildings into nuts.
Now we're starting to get somewhere.
Yeah.
So the iPhone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The iPhone plant in China has got working conditions that are so bad, albeit they're paying them $17 a day, which is a good wage over there, but people are freaking out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're beginning to jump out of the building to commit suicide. Tell me more.
Also,
4,
the working conditions
3,
are
2, 1. Who's got it, Ollie? Russian.
What? So they live there in the factory. They live in the factory and they can't leave the campus of where they
Campus,
work.
I'll go with that. Yeah, it's actually set up. They work an awful lot, as you might would imagine, and they're set up so that they eat there, they live there. This is part of the acceptance of the program. Tell me more.
And a lot of people kill themselves, so they put suicide nets, and it was like
People were committing suicide. They put nets up, and they said that they put nets up because they were trying.
they put nets up to stop them when they jumped off the building.
And what happens when they jump in the net?
They go back to work.
They reel them back in. They roll them back in, and in fact, they send them back to work. Anything else you can tell me? 4.
There's an argument saying that since Apple has so much money, they should put some of that money to use and make the facilities a better working conditions.
Some people have argued that Apple should pay for this.
There's another argument that people who pay the iPhones should pay extra $1.
How much?
65.
65 extra dollars, people argue, would in fact make the working conditions better.
And the fact that, since Bridget said that she doesn't have enough power, but if all of us together protest and boycott or put $65 each, we'll fight a good cause.
Everybody keeps quoting Bridget. Yeah, Bridget said that we don't have enough power for people to actually join together on this, but companies will recognize, they will respect if their sales drop, so they would have to do something. Anything else you can tell me? 4.
So people said that
3.
if Apple charged more for the phone without telling you why they were charging more people would accept
I think
it.
Pete said that. I think Pete said if they don't tell me why, I would go ahead and pay it. Anything else you can tell me? 2, 1. Who's got it next? Chris in the back. Chris in the back with -4.
So the company was Foxconn, and Foxconn, they had the network of 1 point something billion, and then they were the lowest bidder for the country that wanted to produce the iPhones.
Yeah.
That's why they got it. And then they had the argument of if people this spiraled out to people in jail. Couldn't we just make people in jail produce our iPhones? But it turned out to be less productive.
Okay.
And wait, I still got more. Another thing was that when they were talking about what was an alternative we could do in the country, it was why couldn't we just manufacture it in the U.S.?
That I'll give you. +1 now. Some people actually argued that this should be brought back over to the United States, and then we wouldn't have to worry about the oppressive working conditions.
Is that we don't have all the small parts. Because of manufacturing over there, they have various different companies that make.
It just wouldn't be efficient,
Yeah.
would it?
And
It
then-
just wouldn't be efficient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then you gave us the example of your Nike ID shoes about how you saw them travel through different parts of China, and how that would relate to here. Because if we had the parts in the U.S., then that would make it more efficient.
That's what I said.
You said that you were
Yes.
that you Nike because I've done it.
I know, I remember,
Yeah.
but I don't remember linking that to Apple.
Yeah, you did because you talked
And,
about.
you said that we wanted our prisoners to make the iPhones.
I mean, that was one of the Bridges' arguments was before you because you.
Bridget's argument
Yes.
was did you say that?
No.
I said that when if we moved it to the U.S., a lot of the things made in the U.S. are made by prisoners, so that would be a different set of ethical
Wow, y'all pay better attention to Bridget than you do to me. I know I'm coming up on time. Maybe just a couple of more. I think I'm going to hold with you right there. Anything else? 4.
Well, aside from Apple, other companies such as HP, IBM, and Dell have similar factories in China. Also, when it comes to suicides, there's been a record of 19 deaths in the Apple factory, and finally,
yeah, it is 19. 19
it's not an Apple, it's Foxconn.
It's the Foxconn company. That's the
finally,
right?
I'll go with 19, but I've lost interest now.
Finally, the shifts are 12 hours and they have no ventilation.
What's that?
The shifts are 12 hours, constantly standing, and there's no ventilation.
I will give you that. But I've really lost interest now. Pick me a category. Gotta go. We'll go 1 or 2 more, and then we'll call it a day. Go ahead, pick me a category. Gotta go.
Global and sovereignty, 3 points.
Go bigger.
Global and sovereignty for 3 points. First-hand IC, democratic deficit. I do think it's... Okay, he put it back, so I think it's Pete. Pete put it back too. I guess it's y'all.
Democratic deficit.
Are you pulling it back?
Democratic deficit is usually when governments lose their authority to regulate corporations.
How? You're right, but how? Go ahead, your group's got it.
Okay, it's when like a company, the government trying to put regulation on a company, and then if they don't like it, they just pack their stuff and leave. And when they leave their government with their against their people because they the one who thinking.
Yeah,
like
that's exactly what it is. It's the idea that they have to sell out in order to keep the business and the industry there. And sometimes it deals with regulation, sometimes it deals with infrastructure. Maybe the biggest thing, sometimes it deals with taxes. Go ahead, pick me 1 more, and then we'll wrap it up. Everybody is at least in the positive.
Okay. Oh my. Human nature, 4 points?
Human nature for 4. First-hand IC. The difference between violence and aggression. I think it's Toby again, and then it'll be the Russians.
Well, to put it straightforward,
Go ahead.
So, violence usually has aggression.
4,
and
3,
wait,
2,
I'm
1,
losing.
go
I'm
Russians!
Aggression is more of an instinctual response based on like emotions, while violence is more calculated.
Yeah, actually it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Violence is actually going to be more of a calculated type of a situation. Aggression is more instinctual. Can you give me examples? 5, 4.
The bakery, like the bakery,
What's
when a guy
that?
goes into rob a bakery to feed his kids, that's more violence because it's not based on instincts.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's more calculated. Tell me more.
Another, if you go in and see like on your wife sleeping with 3 other guys and you kill them, that's more based on aggression.
Yeah, I'll go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll totally go with that. Anything else you want to tell me?
And then the
4.
question is like, is war more violence or aggression?
Oh, go ahead.
It could be because it's a lot more calculated. There's a lot more people involved, and so they're saying that it's more violent, and because it's not as instinctual as like.
Yeah, then you could argue on this that if you're talking, I think we want war to be violent in the sense that it's more calculated. Some people would actually argue that it's really more about aggression, not when you're planning it, but when you're actually fighting it, because it needs to be instinctual. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 79, 70, 75, 80, 81, 16, 6, 22. If y'all Rogue Alliance will give me a plus 13 and sign your names. If Russians, you will write plus 12 and you will sign your names. If M's group that doesn't care about the points anyway, if y'all will sign plus 9 and if you'll write David on a paper too. If, in fact, 2 men in a truck, 2 men in a truck, if y'all will write plus 7 and put your names on there, and oh, Tony's group, if y'all will sign your name with plus 6, and if you will give that to me, I will post this today and put the links in. Other things, and keep filming there for just a second. 5-point question for globalization was Iranian scientists. I think you'll remember that one with the assassination attempts. Under terrorism, The cosmopolitan response you gave me. The statist response was going to be one of the others. Playas, New Mexico was actually going to be one dealing with the make-believe town. And then the Pictionary for that one was going to be biting the hand. And I think you had started off by saying we have to feed the hand that could bite you. That's the direction that I was going. For nukes, NPT, make sure you're comfortable with the 3 parts. The other thing was going to be umbrella, as in nuclear umbrella, that I was going to ask you to draw. And then managed proliferation was going to be the other term. Take a look at all the terms. Look at this because there's good information. And what I'm asking you to do on this is, I want you to put it in order so that you can explain it out to me. And that's why I was kind of jumping around with y'all and making you be a little bit more specific. Good luck, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.